How do I advocate for reform? I advocate for reform in different ways. One of the ways is I get the opportunity to speak in universities, at criminal justice and social work conferences. I share my experience about incarceration, what I did while I was in prison, and the different work that I've done since my release. I'm also on numerous boards that give me the ability to help shape policy. There's also a research fellowship that I've been involved with through Yale University, where we've been looking at vaccinations from prison and what led states to do really well on staff, correctional officers, and the incarcerated people to be vaccinated. How do you manage the transition back into society that often excludes and stereotypes formerly incarcerated people? I had a village that helped me with the transition, and that is why what everyone needs to be successful when they come home. My village included those at the Equal Justice Initiative, an organization that Brian Stevenson founded in 1989. The church that I attended was instrumental in me feeling a part of something bigger and that my past doesn't define me. I also had the support from a recovery group that I was involved with. The first day that I attended this meeting was the first day of my release. I was welcomed with open arms and was not judged by my past. When you find a group of people that look at you as you and not the label that incarceration places on you, it is so powerful. Another huge help was the owner of the restaurant that gave me a chance. He was so supportive while I worked at the restaurant and wanted to see me achieve all of my dreams and aspirations. What resources or programs helped you with reentry? I went through the Equal Justice Initiative's reentry program. This set me up to succeed. In the program, they helped me catch up on technology and taught me how to do online applications. Another key component was some mock interviews that we did. This helped me construct my narrative about my past and helped me to be able to talk about it when I was applying for jobs. My church allowed me to begin serving with the youth group 3 months after my release. This showed me my worth and the value that my life had. How did you find hope during your time incarcerated as well as during reentry? My hope came from my faith. It is the thing that pushed me to do the time, taking advantage of every opportunity to better and improve myself, instead of letting the time do me, which is all about assimilating prison life and participating in the drugs, alcohol, and using cell phones that were rampant in the prison. I knew that my story was not over, but I had to do the things that would prepare me for my release and that I would be successful. My hope when I was released was still found in my faith, but also that I had planned that I was going to achieve. One of those things was going to attend college, which is why I'm in PA right now. I was able to get my parole transferred to PA to attend Eastern University, a Christian college outside of Philly. If you could change one thing in the system, what would it be? Blow it up. For real. I would cap all sentences at 20 years, as most European countries do. We would get rid of the death penalty, life without parole, and lengthy sentences. It is a waste of money to keep people incarcerated for decades. If we had a system that really believed in corrections and rehabilitation, then we wouldn't need these types of sentences. Most people will change within the first 3 years of incarceration. We need to focus on having education in prison to let people fill up their toolboxes so that they can be successful upon release, instead of just putting someone in prison where there is no opportunity for change and growth. What is character developing moment while incarcerated that you remember most? For me, it was doing hospice work in prison. I made a decision that I want to help these men who were dying in prison. The system was not caring for them as they should and needed. I was able to be their family and show them that they mattered. It was taxing work, but was so needed. Seeing the impact that my presence gave these men was so powerful, and instilled in the need to always advocate for those whom no one else would be built, who would, and build my desire to always help people. That's why I do the work that I do. There are so many people whose society is deemed unredeemable, and I fight for them. showing humanity for those who society deems to be monsters. Do you believe that there are some people that cannot be helped? No. I believe that everyone is redeemable. It's a matter if others will provide the support needed in counseling for those individuals. My faith teaches that everyone is able and can be redeemed. Many would have thrown me away because I went to prison for murder, but I had many who believed in me and didn't judge me by the worst thing I did in my life. This is what brings about lasting change and allows someone to begin to view themselves differently. What do you want people to understand about the reality of the justice or reentry? We're not the act we committed. Too many people look at individuals as a crime that was committed. They never look at why an offense was created or the fact that someone can change. I believe that when we look at the humanity of someone, then that is when we all change as a society. Not just the person who committed an offense, but those on the outside looking in. When I share my story, it allows people to view the system differently, and also those who have been entrapped in the system. True crime and the way the media portrays those who have been incarcerated needs to change.